We're in business. So I'd had a payment to sort out, so I'm a minute or so late. Let me just put this on the door. Okay, we are live. I'm just going to put out the feelers. I'll be with you in a second to say that I'm going live. I always forget there's music on the stories on TikTok. It takes way longer than it should to put out notifications on the social medias. I thought it was well prepped then as well. I had the pen out and everything, but I seem to have misplaced it. What a start. What a start. Okay, that's all the social media's done. Now I just have to find the pen that I literally put down a second ago so I can start the work. Where the hell's it gone? Well, we're off to a corking start today, aren't we? Put it in my pocket. Better put it back on the rack. Oh no, I put it in here, like an idiot. There it is. And I've already got a like. Thank you for the like, it's very generous, even though I've made an absolute tit of this start, but we're in business now. Right, red. It's literally what it's called, 101. Oh, it's been a shit couple of weeks, I'll say that. Anyway, we're here now, aren't we? Let's get drawing. Let's not waste another second. Start around here. Let's see if I can actually finish this one as well. The last few I've not been able to finish. Although in fairness, the last one I did, I was interrupted quite a lot. Which seems to be a recurring theme at the minute. The shapes are a little bit similar to a TikTok I recently did. Coob, got a like for this struggle. Oh, thank you very much, Coob. Hello, how you doing, mate? You good? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I did a TikTok stream the other day, and I quite liked how that turned out. So I'm gonna sort of do this a similar set of shapes, but on like a bigger scale. I'm okay, been a bit down in the dumps without really knowing why, but about to try and draw along with you for a bit. Been looking forward to the stream. Oh, thank you. Yeah, drawing seems to help. Like I just got a bit of just fucking shit. Where's that coming from? Anyway, yeah, I don't know how that's happened. Yeah, I just had a bit of fucking shit news in the mail, so it's nothing like majorly serious, but you know, just makes life more difficult, you know, and you just think. But no use whining about it. You just got to get on with it, aren't you? Let us draw our sorrows away. Thank you for the second like as well, whoever did that. Appreciate it. What are you drawing, Coob? Anything specific, or is it just a bit of a bit scribby scrib? How's it going, Alison? You good? Trying to do shapes with looser lines, still going after the grid, but still not. I know what you mean. Yeah, I do understand what you're going for. And thank you for the third like as well, whoever did that. Appreciate it. But yeah, Goodbye, I get what you mean. Yeah. I had somebody comment on my work. I found literally just before I came on stream saying that they very kindly called me Peter Draws 2.0. And I said that's a hell of a compliment. I don't agree, but still a really nice compliment. Just hanging out and drawing along. Glad you're doing good, Annie. Glad you're well. Just eating or watching the usual. I've just eaten. Just made dinner. You eating anything nice? I know the English name for it, but let me check. speciality dish. Just move my phone back a bit, it's a little bit. My head is getting in the way a little bit. Dried and salted green beans, type of protein-like snack. Not heard of anything like that. We tend to have green beans with like roast dinners and stuff here. We don't tend to have them on their own. As long as they're salted, though, I'd probably eat that. Not the biggest fan of greens. I love cabbage and green beans and stuff, but like I just don't understand broccoli. It's not disgusting, but it just lessens the enjoyment of every meal that it's part of. Not for me. Is Mong Dal, but the English language always masterchefs the crap out of the name. Crunchy lentil. See, lentils I like. I make homemade lentil soup, so I do like lentils. I do like my food. Dead Hand, good to see you, man. Did you get the payment? Gotta say, I'm not a fan of PayPal at all. I think I used it one other time. There was a friend of mine, an old university friend's address still in there. It did, nice one, right. Panic over, that's one thing that's gone right today at least. Yeah, I might do a video on the pens that you sent me. I did manage to get it working, but I'm an idiot, so for those wondering, I may as well show it. Need a stack. Don't blame you. Right, so these are the pens that Dead Hand very kindly sent me. I've already messed it up there. But it took me ages. I'll use one. I've only tried one pen so far. It's kind of weird. It's like a cross between a fine liner and a fountain pen. It was a little bit strange at first, but they feel nice and smooth. So, like an idiot, I'm there. So I took the pen off like this, right? And it's a screw top as well. And I thought, okay, you screw the nib off. And I'm there looking down it like this, going, what'd you do? And when I saw like the diagram of it, it says there's a cartridge. I'm like, but there's no cartridge in here. And I'm looking all over the place, and it's this bit here. It's the grip that you untwist. And then look, there it is. It took me about an hour to find that. There's the cartridge. Because I was looking for... Because I almost messaged you saying, I don't get it. There's no cartridges with this. And I looked at tutorials. And I thought, where's the cartridge? Is mine just a different one? And I couldn't work out because I can't see the seam line. I thought that was just a grip part of the body of the pen. And it wasn't until I physically watched somebody do it. And I had to rewind it and go, where are you twisting that from? And then I had to sort of double check and I'm like, oh, it's there. Because I thought, have I got like a set of pens that don't have anything in it? But I thought, no, they're like brand new. We got there in the end though. But no, really, really good. I've only used the 0.5 so far, but it's really, really nice. So thank you again for sending them to me. Yeah, I just couldn't work it out. I'm like, because I saw the cartridge on the diagram. I'm like, well, where's that? I thought, did they come separately? Then I thought maybe this just didn't come with any. So I looked online. Do I have to buy extra cartridges? And they're only like a couple of quid. I remember getting these ink cartridges out, thinking, do I have to put them in? But yeah, I just didn't, because I just thought that was part of the body. I didn't see any kind of line to suggest it was, well, excuse me, like a different part of the pen. Oh. Yeah, but you know, I managed to get a couple of sketches out of it. Well, I say sketches. I need to start putting the pictures of the live stream, TikTok live streams. So for those who didn't catch it, yesterday I just thought, I haven't drawn in here for a little bit, but I managed to do that yesterday. Got chocolate covered puff ice balls. They sound awesome. Really should have watched it. No, it's all right. You shouldn't have to walk me through it. It's on me. It's totally on me that for not figuring it out. But we got there in the end. Slightly salty, yes. Salted chocolate, salted caramel especially is the bomb. I mean that as it tastes good. That's not something I hear every day. Chocolate covered balls. Sorry, I was too busy reading the chat then. I've got a jonesing for chocolate stuff. I think I showed you them last time. My post-stream treat is this. I couldn't help myself. I got these again. Honeycomb covered chocolate bites. The goal today, though, is to actually finish this flipping drawing without going into the 3-hour mark, like I have been doing in the last few. Let's see if we can manage it, eh? And I think as well, for those who didn't, our rice is puffed up like this, but it's very crunchy and very tasty. Aren't there some crisps, like savoury snacks that are made like that? But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think so I get a consistent, because I got quite a few follows off the back of the last stream I did in here. And I seem to only be doing it once a week. So what I might do is every Wednesday, I used to have a live stream slot on YouTube for Wednesday, but I kind of had to cut it out because I needed to dedicate more time to the original piece. But those ones in there don't take as long. So every 6 o'clock, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, I'll do a TikTok stream in there, and I might do like try and get one in at the weekend as well. Yeah, it boosted me to 990. Is that where I'm at now? On the old TikTok. $991. Yeah, that's where we're at now. I don't get TikTok at all. Neither do I really, but it seems to have got me a fair bit of attention, so, and a decent amount of like eyes on my profile and my work, so may as well try and take advantage of it. TikTok is banned here, so it's a win-win. Lucky for you. Is it really banned? That seems just really childish to me. Why? But then again, I suppose, like Dead Hand says, you do get some absolute nonsense on it, so might be for the best, less distracting for you. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of banning things. I just see it as the inability to treat adults like adults. And I've just never liked the idea of another adult human being telling me what I am or am not allowed to consume. Have a problem with authority, shall we say? I'm not keen on it. Just one app shy from the nice number. Side, not sites. I hate how Microsoft removed voice control for individual apps in volume setting. I never used it. Like, I'm also watching an Instagram stream on the PC app, but I can't turn the volume down unless I download a plugin. Yeah, that seems a bit daft. Like, you're not able to do it direct. Yeah, I'm not a tech person at all. I'm really not. We should have just realised I forgot to put the number in. Well, what's this one? A101. going to try my hand at some pixel stuff again because working on the tablet isn't doing it for me right now. Yeah, do it, man. Always good to switch it up. I think I've figured out a good way to maybe do digital art for me. Like, it's something I've always wanted to return to, but I just could never figure out the best way to do it. But I'll make a return to it. It's just gone half term here for the kids, so I should have a bit more time than usual. So I might have a little play around. On my tablet this week. Do you use do you do pixel stuff on I think I did ask you this before. Do you use Procreate when you do your digital stuff, Coob? I'm sure I've asked you this, and I'm sure you said you do. For my regular digital stuff, I do. Yeah, I think you did say that before. Asprite. I know of Asprite. I've considered buying that in the past, but I don't think I'm going to be working with pixel art. I don't think I can make it work for me, even though I love pixel art. I think it's amazing. But I don't think I can get out of it what I want, so it doesn't make sense for me to use it. Didn't know you did that as well, Coob. Person of many talents. That's not true. We've seen you work. Dead Hand is good. You should keep up with it, man. They go quite viral, the old Zentangle artists. I keep thinking I'm getting messages, but I'm not. Right, we've actually made decent progress in decent time. We're on 42 minutes and I've got the main guts down. We're actually making okay progress. Sticking out some of these. Just don't see it. Thank you. I just don't see it. I doodle just to see what lines come up. And an obvious position. Best type creativity. You never know what you're going to get. I find that you do it the best way, though, Dead Hand, in my opinion. When you just kind of put the pen down and see what comes out. I think that's the best way. That's why I did the Black Book series, because I was overthinking my pieces, so I just used that book to just get ideas down and see what happens. No, I couldn't give you any advice on the old music front. I've got no idea how any of it works. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to put hashtags in the title. I'll do it when I edit it. Loving the details. Looks really nice. Thank you. Yeah, it's not taking me too long to flesh this one out either. telling you I would pay to listen to music, especially the album on iTunes. Yeah, I've said the same, Dead Hand. I think Coop's music's wicked. It's right up my alley. It's very, very good. But yeah, we are well into the reds and oranges now. The yellows are well behind. After this one, we've got Flamingo Pink. So we're going to be transitioning in from reds into... So it's a load of reds coming up next. Well, Flamingo Pink, Cadmium Orange, Punch Pink, Tomato Red, Autumn Red, Currant Red, Wine Red, Rosewood, Grape Purple. So lots of reds coming up over the next few weeks. And then it will be transitioning into sort of more pinks. There's one colour that I am worried about though. It is here. Is it here? Is this it? No. Yeah, there's one. Why didn't that highlight your name? Gosh, guys, you're making me blush. AI generated Pixar movie posters. I have not. What are your guys' feelings on AI? Like, I know people are really heavily down on it. There are some reasons I shouldn't, like, I don't think it should be. Like, I've got my opinions on it. I'll tell you that in a second. Yeah, there's a colour that I'm really worried about. So that's where I am at the minute. But there's a colour there. It doesn't translate well onto paper. So it's I can't even see it. 187. So what's after 187? So classic pink 198. But it just doesn't register on paper at all. So I'm thinking, how am I going to get past that? But I wanted to see what they all look like on paper, but yeah. I am worried about that pen because it might be a complete waste of time. I suggest skipping colours that don't show up on screen. I might do that one as a double header. Like I might do like a short or a very quick drawing of that one and then just do a double header of that one and then the next one. So it would be it's like a neon-y pink, so or just more like a baby pink. I'd do 2 and 1. Yes, it would suck. I was worried about that for the yellow ones at the start because they were quite light, but you were able to get them. Obviously these ones are a bit better. But no, Annie, I've not seen the... I've seen a lot of AI generated stuff, but it's more fun stuff I've seen. That's what I'll say. 100,000,000% agree with that, Annie. That's my thoughts exactly. Like, there was one I used called... Is it Midnight Cafe? I couldn't get into it. It was it was too boring for me. Like creating art through prompts, just I find boring. Like I'd rather just draw. But I have seen people make some pretty fun stuff with it. Like, yeah. I think it's for fun stuff. Like, I know somebody who used it to create... I think it was mob versions of EastEnders characters. So EastEnders is like a really popular soap opera in the UK. And I thought that was funny, and it looked pretty funny. Like Harry Potter characters as bodybuilders is one I've seen. I think stuff like that's fun. I don't mind that. But yeah, like when one of the prompts is make it look like Salvador Dali or something. No, you shouldn't be able to do that. Do it in the style of another artist. It shouldn't be allowed. Um, and I don't think you should be able to use it for like, or it should be able to replace like real jobs that people have. So like concept artists, like they bring their own flair, their own creativity, their own style. I don't think it can ever or should be able to ever replace that. But I think for fun things, when actual artists, yeah, that's 1,000% agree with that. What I would say to people is use it as inspiration for your own work. Like I've seen people create. So I needed help, kind of referencing and drawing skulls, and how would I draw like how would I incorporate my kind of work into skulls? And I found like a section. So there was an AI. It was like AI art station basically. It was just a big art gallery full of AI art, and I saw a load of sort of sci-fi created skulls, and I thought, oh, they're kind of like what I want to draw. So I just used them as reference. I just think what I'll do then is I'll take them and I'll use them as inspiration to create my own art from that. You know, it doesn't have to be this sort of big bad boogeyman. Like it's one of those where the toothpaste's out of the tube, so make it work for you. You know, use it to your advantage instead. Then that's what I think anyway. And I don't mind the fun stuff. Like people have made like NBA franchises. Like what would the Chicago Bulls look like as a person, or you know, what would their brand of Nike trainer look like? Stuff like that I think is fine because it's just a bit of fun. But I don't think I'd ever buy a piece of AI art as well. Like to go, if I wanted some art to go on my wall, I don't think I would ever buy AI art. I would always buy it from a person that's drawn it or painted it. I think AI art is fun, but I'd keep it kind of there in the realms of fun. I wouldn't. I'd never pay money for it. There's a video from Melody Sheep about that called the Binary Dream that talks about the. But in brief, like when he asked Guy to make a video about how the future would look like, it'll take already present art to make a video. Well, that's interesting. I'll look into that. I'm not like madly interested in AI or AI stuff. It's just a topic in general that doesn't interest me. Like, so I think you can find it. There's someone, there's a TikToker musician. I forget his name because again, I'm terrible with names. And he asked ChatGPT to write a song about hemorrhoids, and then he took the lyrics of what ChatGPT had written, and then he sang it in the style of country and western, and it was really, really good. So I think with stuff like that, I think is funny and fun. And like he took something and made it his own. Like somebody would take the same set of lyrics and write a completely different song around it. But yeah, I can definitely see why people got upset when ArtStation said they'd start including it in their inclusions. It's just a failure to read the room. Imagine an AI that can make its own art and has a future prediction based model that scientists use. Yeah, it's something that I'm not really going to sort of scare the pants off myself thinking about. Taking more of a philosophical approach. Like art has been mankind's unique form of expression for like 50 millennia. I don't know. It's the sort of the talk around it. It just seems way above my. It's like even to think about it like philosophically, I'm like I just don't know. I'm going to cut my losses and play some Rocket League. Being creative just wasn't in the right cards. Take care, everyone. No, thanks for popping in, Coop. Shame you couldn't get going, but if it's not working for you, just go and chill out on some Rocket League. No worries, dude. But thanks for popping in as always. Yes, Annie, I completely agree with that statement. Yes, humans are stupid. Bye for now. Yeah, catch you in a bit, Coop. Thank you again for popping in. I'm going put you. It's a Friday anyway. Friday evening, go put your feet up. But no, Annie, I agree. Like I've said before, it doesn't matter how super duper. Like you could have the most superest of duperest anything in place that would solve all of your problems, but if it needs a human operator, it just doesn't matter. Like me and my friends, we watch football. We're all big football fans, and like we all support teams in the Premier League. And there's a big thing with VAR, like technology that's meant to assist the assistants, but the refereeing is so bad that they screw it up. I know VAR technology isn't the same as AI, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, completely agree with you. It's just people are useless. there's that saying, I forget where it's from, that a person is smart but people are stupid. Men in Black, I think it was. Or it wasn't quite stupid, it was something else he said. I can't remember exactly. Oh, it feels like I've not put a dent in this now that I've started detailing it. We'll try and get this done in 2 hours. Herd mentality. I use AI to make some futuristic art or some alternative scenarios. Yeah, I think if it's treated as a tool to assist the individual, I think it's fine. But if it's used as a tool to replace the individual, then I'm not sure. I don't think that's wise. Personally. But yeah, I'm going to try and get this done in inside 2 hours. I haven't watched Men in Black for years. Me and my son watched it. We watched all three a couple of months ago. Really enjoy it. It's the first time he'd seen them. What we do is like every weekend we'll have like a film day. Um, like he'll pick a film, then I'll pick a film. We've just done all the Marvels up until where are we now? So we're going through the Spider-Man films to watch No Way Home, and then once we watch No Way Home, we can watch Doctor Strange. Um, but yeah, I introduced him to the Men in Black films a few weeks ago. Really enjoyed them. Watched Men in Black 3 last week. Nice one. Men in Black 3 is really good, I think. I'd probably say that's my favourite one out of the three. But yeah, he's amazing. Martian. Stop staring at it. From Flight of the Concords. Concords, I can't remember his name. Is it Jerome? I've seen some of his Flight of the Concord stuff and it's brilliant. Also watched some Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I need to catch up on some Star Trek. Next Generation's my second favourite television show ever. I watched the first season of Picard and I thought it was okay. Just a bit mad. I've heard series 2's not great, but I've heard series 3 is good. So there is a series I need to catch up on. Yes, I prefer episodic series of things like The X Files is my favourite TV show of all time. And I think their best episodes are the stuff away from the alien stuff. Like some of the alien episodes are good, but I just think their best stuff is when it's like episodical stuff. And I think Next Generation is just much better when it does that. I need to start watching. I think I watched the first episode. Or was it Deep Space Nine? The one that comes after TNG. Is it Deep Space Nine or Voyager? I think it's Deep Space Nine, isn't it? I've heard a mixed bag about Discovery. friends of mine say the first two series are pretty good, but the third series is awful. I've got no idea. I haven't watched it. There's the Lower Decks as well. The guy actor who plays Captain Pike. The lizard episode. Discovery is too modern, I'd say. Yeah, Lower Decks are pretty good, I thought. Strange New Worlds, the Star Trek feel you're looking for. Yeah, I definitely do want to see that. But I thought the Lower Decks looked interesting. I would say I'm definitely more of a Star Trek person than a Star Wars person. Like, I'm not like asked about Star Wars. Like, I'd be if a new Star Trek came out, I'd be more interested in that than a new Star Wars. Like, I'm not bothered at all. Is it Ashoka? Is that what it's called? Like, I couldn't give two shits about that. Not saying it's bad. I've got no idea if it's good or bad. I just don't care. I thought The Mandalorian was excellent, though. There's a third series of that. I don't think I've seen that. Didn't watch Boba Fett. I heard the main complaint about Boba Fett was that it's boring. Obi-Wan I was just never asked about. Lower Decks is in the animated series based around TNG or DS9. Because my brain is half fried. I watched Dune for the first time, the new one, a few weeks ago. I really enjoyed it, but I really like heavy sci-fi. My missus got me the Dune graphic novel as well. Dune was a weird one. I wanted to watch the film before I read the graphic novel, or read the book. I would like to read the book as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed Dune. I think the first Dune, the one in 1985 or 84, whenever it was. A friend of mine described it quite well. He said it was a beautiful disaster. I do quite like the old Dune. It's very flawed, but it's interesting. Like, it's not boring. Like, it might not be necessarily good, but it's not boring. I do like it. There is something likable about the old Dune. It's a weird one. June 21 for the 3 times at IMAX. I missed it at the cinema, unfortunately. I was gutted about that, but yeah, hopefully me and a friend of mine are going to go and watch it, the second one, when it comes out. But he did tell me that it has just been pushed back, apparently, which is annoying. I liked a little bit too much for my wallet. All Juniors are pulpy and messy and wonderfully. Yeah, it kind of is silly. I like it. I like the silliness of it. I heard Nolan recommending it and gave it a try, and boy, was it amazing. Like the visuals aside, the music from Hans Zimmer was straight into my the Zimmer chasm. The last film that proper I thought the sound was amazing was Blade Runner 2049. I remember the cinema experience of that. I was like, Jesus, superb film that. The last film I gave full marks to it at the cinema was 2049. 5 out of 5. I thought it was awesome. Maze is amazing. Never heard of that. There's loads of sci-fi films and series that I really want to catch up on, like The Expanse. I've heard Lost in Space is good. It's just finding the time to get around to sort of watching them. Forty-nine, 2049 reminds me of Cyberpunk. It's amazing. Oh, please put more hours in a day so you can watch sci-fi. Yeah, 100%. I got a new follower when I did the TikTok stream yesterday. It was called, what was he called? Retro. I forget the gentleman's name, as I always do. New Wave, yeah, New Wave he was called. And he was waxing lyrical about Cyberpunk, and I was like, yeah, it's been at the top of my Steam list forever. But it's just affording it. Because it's always like at 40, 50 quid. I thought about getting it for Christmas, but there's other things that I want to get for Christmas. And there's no point in getting it until I'm able to actually play it, so I guess it will just have to stay there for the time being. 1 hour, 11 minutes. Yeah, we're doing good. Making decent progress, I think. Because once I've done this bit, I won't need to do too much more to it. Cyberpunk's on my wish list. How much is that in dollars? No idea in dollars. Was it 40, £50 now? No idea. Probably a bit similar. So £40 is about what? $45? Around about there. Maybe even closer to £40. I don't know. Just have other stuff, and yeah. I missed your Hotline Miami stream. Absolutely love the site. Yeah. What was it, 30 quid? It's been dropped. Yeah, the Hotline Miami soundtrack is the soundtrack that got me into synthwave. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I used to do the gaming streams every Sunday, but I've kind of had to park it a little bit. And I need to pick games that are sort of quicker. So like I might start playing Shovel Knight because that's one of my favourite games. Cyberpunk is £50 in the UK. That's about what, $55 if I had to guess, between $50 and $55. There's a what I want to get is there's a bit of software on Steam called Shmup Creator. I want to start having a go on that because I think I've said a few times before that I've always got that itch to make a video game, and it's not something that I'll prioritize, but just to kind of like on a weekend or something, just a couple of hours on it, you know, just to kind of slowly train my brain how to use that software, because all my art is inspired by that kind of game, and I've made part of a game like that before. I'd carry on using Construct because that's what I used to use, but it's a subscription base now, and I can't really afford to pay more monthly payments for stuff. So I thought if I just get that as a one-off, and I can use that, I can basically say, oh, that's my Christmas present, then you know I can do something productive. But no, Robin, you're yeah. But no, Cyberpunk's one of those games that when I'm ready to play it, when I know I've got the time to play it, that's when I'll get it. Like, even if it goes on sale, like, there'd be no point me getting it at all. if I can't play it. So it will remain at the top of my Steam list until I'm ready. The same for City Skylines as well, or the second City Skylines. I really want to put some hours into that, but again, it's just very difficult to. I never look at this thing, do I? How are we looking? Yeah, I quite like it. I quite like it. Like I said, it doesn't have to fill up loads of the page, because there's a fair amount of detail in it. Like even including the expansion and bonus pack, it's not £50 for me. Yeah, it's a joke. Oh, I'm gonna have to just excuse me, audience. Where's my? So just in case anyone new pops in and they think I'm not doing anything, I do have to go to the gentleman's room. I wrote a little note. Where is it? I did that for one of my streams. Toilet, back in 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, I'm just nipping to the loo as quick as I can. as everybody left. We're back. And there's me wanting to try and get this done before 2 hours 45, and I had to waste 5-10 minutes on the bloody toilet. What chat have I missed? I'm over hope for that game. Yeah, City Skylines. I do really want to play, but I don't want to get it and then just play it in bits and pieces. I want to. It's another game I want to sit down and play for a few hours. Doesn't reach the recommended requirement for games. Yeah, I think some of the bigger games mine don't. New pieces. Welcome, thank you. sorry, I had to shoot off. We are still going on the camera, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Okay. Let's crack on, shall we? Yeah, this is going quite well, this picture, in terms of what, we're an hour and a half, well, an hour 40 now, so I was hoping to be closer to wrapping it up than I am. Not that I want to rush it, but I just think sort of squeezing every last minute out of the stream and then rushing to shoot off isn't great, so. But it's fine, like every stream I've had, or the last few I've had, I've always been chatting and showing some other work and all that kind of business. $97 minutes, 23 minutes left. No, the phone normally conks out about 2 hours 45. I think I just wanted to clock in at around about 2 hours, but I think I'll be over that. Not by much, but I do think I will be over that. Haven't found out how TikTok Live works. It's frustrating. I haven't seen any of your live stream. Yeah, TikTok, I think you have to catch them as they are. I don't think there's like a replay option for lives on TikTok. And like I say, because of that, like I thought, what I'll try and do is make more of a consistent schedule for that. So like I used to stream on here every Wednesday at 6, but I kind of had to scrap that one to try and do more sort of work away from camera. But because the TikTok streams aren't as long, well, I think the last one was a little bit longer because I was chatting quite a lot, but normally they're not as long. They're maybe an hour to an hour and a half. I thought, why not just on a Wednesday and maybe one day at a weekend, just stick a TikTok up. Been reading about scientists trying to visualize or record the dream. This shit's crazy. You're doing better than me. Yeah, I still think that sucks that you can't get you TikTok in your country. It's silly. But yeah, I'll either do a TikTok. I'll probably do a TikTok tomorrow actually at about 6ish. This is one of those where I always think about maybe I should add more detail, but I quite like it as it is. Keep my eye out for it. Yeah, 6. I'll always try and live stream at around about 6 just to keep it consistent, so people know where I'm going to be. How do this one's different, mate. Thank you, Left-Handed Painter. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in, and thank you for the 5th like, whoever that was. Appreciate it. I did. I don't know if you were in the stream yesterday, Deadhand. Not Deadhand. Sorry. Left-Handed Painter. I did one similar to it in terms of shapes, and I quite liked it. And I thought, but I've not got one like that on my ARTEZA series. But that was the one I did yesterday on TikTok. And I quite liked the way I kind of made the shapes on it, so I thought I'll try a bigger version of it. How many shapes? I've got a few to go. Don't mention it, mate. That one with the pinky stick. Thank you. What's the battery looking like? 42%. I think we're going to be fine, actually. If we're only at 42% and I'm this far along, I think we're going to be good. Bit of a rut, but good. Yeah, shit. I know what it means. I know how you feel to be in a rut, my man. I do sympathise. There's a kid next door. He's bouncing a wall. Thought was driving me. Let's go and take it away from him. Just finished work, seeing Jamie. Don't I like hopped on? I always appreciate it when you hop on. Just seeing the 6th like, thank you. And true that, ruts do end, always temporary. So I wonder what I'm going to get first. So one day I'm hoping to get a live stream where there's 10 people in at once, or I get 10 likes in the stream. I think 6 is the most I've ever got during the stream, I think. Yeah, one day we'll get 10 people in here. One day, that is the hope. I was chatting to my brother yesterday about like what to do, what I'll have to do when it comes to setting up the business. I've done those lines way too thick over here. Like looking into exactly what needs to be done. Didn't even think about things like setting up a Patreon page eventually, but I'd need to figure out. I think that will come later when I get more followers, and obviously have to figure out what. Because the whole point of Patreon is you give access to certain things to your Patreons because they're patrons, but I'd have to figure out what that would be. Like any new prints I do or something like that, they get first. They'd get for free or something. I don't know. I have a patron, I have no patrons, it just sits there making me no money and have to put nothing on it. At least you've got it though. When you do start kicking off your art again, you always know it's there. When I start making a few quid, that's right, I said when. It's not cocky, it's just confidence. Hard work pays off. When I start making a few quid, I'd subscribe to it. I'm up to 8p on TikTok now, you know. Ooh, rolling in the money. If only. I'm really, really not motivated by money at all. I suppose that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Like material stuff just doesn't interest me. Most of the things I want aren't that expensive either. Like I'm not bothered about big flashy houses and cars and all that shit. It's not to say that I wouldn't like a nice car, but like I don't give much of a arse if I don't have one. Just pay the rent, make sure my kids are fine. That's all I give a monkey's about. I don't drive, so I could get a nice car just sitting it. I don't drive either, but it is something I very much intend on doing. But there's just no point in me doing it right now. Like I've got no need to drive. It would be more convenient in some ways, but the cost of it is just so stupid that it's like, why bother? Like we'd need a second car, and the insurance is just a joke. So it's like, well, what's the point then? Okay, that's the main guts of the drawing done. I'm going to thicken out some stuff just over here a bit now. What battery am I on? 34. Okay, it's dropping a bit quicker than anticipated. I'll do a couple of rogue shapes and then that might have to be it. I have legs and there's buses and trains for the rest. Yeah, there's a bus stop right outside my house. Although trains are not really an option anymore because of how flipping expensive they are. Like I wanted to go and see my uni mates in Swansea. It used to be when I was at uni. I think it was about £115. I think it's well into the 200s now. It's just not an option. Might even be more than that, to be honest. Right, I'm not going to detail the middle of these shapes because I quite like it as it is. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Let's have a look at you. This piece is that I think Android cells look pretty great. Is what I think Android cells look like. It's really great. Oh, thank you. I had to go and double check back then. I think what I'm going to do instead of detailing the innards, I'm going to... See, normally the problem is with this kind of fine line pen, doing big blocks of colours, not a great option. It would use too much ink, so I'd never be able to use this pen again, and it would take way too long. Like I'd need... That's exactly why I got these pens. These... Not you. You belong down there. That's exactly why I got these pens, that thickness, so I could just cover big spaces a lot quicker. But what I am going to do, and there's a background I really liked that I did. Prison cell are like a battery cell because I can see both. Like a top-down view of a prison, more like human cells clumped together. Yeah. It's one of the good things about these drawings. It makes people kind of see different things in it. Always good. Nanotech uprising. I think I'm going to leave that one there. Oh, hang on, let me scribble down my thingamabobbin. Right, A101 is done. Red. Full on red. It's one of those where I could detail it more, but I actually quite like it as it is. I've still got a good amount of battery left, 26%. I could do more, but I quite like it as is. So yeah, I'm going to call it there, guys. Thank you to everyone who came in. Coob, Annie, left-handed painter, dead hand. Always good to see you guys. Thank you for popping in, liking, and all that business. Really, always cool chatting to you guys. You make the stream a lot more fun. The next time I'll be on here will be Monday, 6 o'clock as usual. I'm going to try and get a TikTok stream going tomorrow at 6, where I'll carry on with these things. See if we can get this book filled. And then I'll sell it for £10,000. No. But yeah, if anyone's available on TikTok, apologies to you, Annie, because you can't get it. But anyone else, feel free to jump in. Hopefully I'll see you then. Thanks again to everyone. Glad you got the payment sorted, Dead Hand. Thank you so much again for those pens. I'm incredibly generous. Until the next time, though, Monday, 6 PM, or tomorrow on TikTok at 6 PM. I will see you then and catch you later.